In this video, we will learn how to use Excel to calculate the central tendency and the dispersion or variability. And you can find the dataset on D2L. The name for the file is called Excel data. And in this video, we have the dataset. And for this dataset, we only have 6 observations. So this is about the monthly rent for the apartment. So the first observation is $545, and the second is $115. You can see the rent for each kind of the apartment. And we will practice how to calculate the mean, median, mode, variance, and the standard deviation, and the coefficient of variation in this practice. So now I listed the statistics name and the corresponding formulas. Let's look at how can we calculate the mean for these 6 apartments. So first we look at the formula we will use is called average. So we will use the E2 cell to practice getting the average. First, type in the equal sign. So I hope you already know how to use the formula in the Excel, which means every time we use the formula, we need to type in the equal sign. And now type in the average. So once you finish typing the average, so type in the first part of the parentheses. Now you can select the data. So move the mouse to the B3 cell and select it. Hold your mouse and drag down to B8 cell, and then release your mouse and close the parentheses. So you choose from B3 to B8, which is our data set, and push the enter button on the keyboard. Now you will get 619. So if we only want to keep 2 decimal, and what we can do for the cell is we right click the mouse. We first choose the E column and right click your mouse, so you will see different options. Choose the format cells and then choose a number. And now the default setting is 2 decimals, and you click OK. So now you can see the change of the number. We only have the 2 decimals now. So 619.17. So how about the median? So you will use the formula called median. So first type in the equal sign and type in median, MEDIAN, and the parentheses, and choose the 6 numbers and close it. Now the median is equal to 617.50. So I hope you remember how to calculate the median for the observation which have the even number of the observations. So first we find the one located in the middle. So 530 and 690, and add them together, divide by 2. So you should get the same number as well. So how about the mode? So for the mode, we have the multiple mode or single mode, as we mentioned before. So we are looking for the single mode in this example. See what we will find. So we will type in equal sign and mode, the SNGL, which means single mode, and parentheses, and select the cell from the B1 or B3 to B8, and close the parentheses. So now we will find the number reported is NA, so which means you cannot find the single mode within this data set, right? So we have no mode if we considering the single mode. So how about the variance? So you will find the formula for us to calculate the variance. I had .s. The .s stands for the sample variance. So it also you can use the .p. .p stands for the population variance. Since the 6 apartment consists for our sample instead of the population, so we calculate the sample variance. So we type in the equal sign VAR.s and the parentheses, and select the B3 to B8 and close the parentheses and press enter on the Excel. You should get 8,254.17. So this is the sample variance for this data set. So how about the sample standard deviation? Again, we use stdev.s, means to calculate the sample standard deviation. If we calculate the population standard deviation, we will use stdev.p. The P stands for population. Now we type in equal sign stdev.s and parentheses, select B3 to B8 and close the parentheses and push the enter on the keyboard, you should get 90.85 as our sample standard deviation. Now, how can we get the coefficient of variation? So I hope you still remember the formula. The formula actually equal to the standard deviation divided by mean times the 100, and we will get what the variation in related to the mean. So what we will do is first type in equal sign, and where did we calculate the standard deviation? Obviously, it's our E6 cell, so we choose the E6. So you just use the mouse to choose the E6, and find this sign on your keyboard, and divide by the mean. So where is the mean? So the mean is the E2CO. We calculate the average, so that's our mean. So our sample mean. So and don't forget times 100. So the time operator on the keyboard is the star sign. So type in the star, and the time. So it's a you find the number 8 on the if you have the laptop, and push the shift and find the star. And so times 100. So we got 14.67. So which means 14.67% of the variation is in relation to the mean. So that's a video how can you use Excel to calculate mean, median, mode, variance, standard deviation, and the coefficient of variation.